This is the Request Issue Management Workshop. Thanks very much for your interest. Trying to find a better way to manage issues and requests. The way it works, as with our freemium project status report, is there's a set of user-specific options at the top of the dashboard. Then the main event is in the middle here. At the bottom, I also have dropped just a standard issue report with some prompts on it so that you can also pick and choose in Workfront in case you wanted to edit it or navigate to it. Although, as you'll see in a moment, you can actually navigate from right within our solution. If you choose my logo, if you've set up a logo in your environment and brand it right onto the report. Title override. And then the rest of these are show portfolio, programs, projects, tasks, the entered by users, the entered by roles, the assigned to users, and the assigned to roles, and the months planned to be completed or committed to be completed. Let's just run the report. By default, it goes back a year and forward a month. A default issue filter, plan date has already elapsed or the commit date has already elapsed. So when I hit view report, standard header, here's the line logo, the title at the top, who's logged in and when they ran it, portfolios, programs, projects, tasks, the name of the user that entered it, the role, to whom were they assigned and their role, and then the month, and then the statistical part here shows on time. I have 2 that are past due. The total for each of those, there was no commit date set. And then finally, the average days late, I'm going to go back to the second page and the first page, all data, and run it again back to 2019. That's better. So now I've got 5 pages of information. And finally, a report that's got a little more shape to it. As you move closer in time, the average is likely to move down. Some of these will appear as hyperlinks, as I mentioned, so you can actually click onto the portfolio and open it if it was filled in. And this control that we're looking at right now is also available at the folio level. Just like Workfront, it's smart enough to know you're only interested in things under this particular portfolio. Same idea at the program and same at the project level. So I'll go back to the standalone one. If I say no on all of these items, except maybe the date, you have to remember to click off of it. That'll save the record against my users. It'll actually collapse all of those into much less data. In this case, I just get one line. If I wanted to see who's causing all the trouble and show by entered by, so no surprise, I'm at the top of the list. Those are the general features.
Just curious, is there a way from the PDF export to kind of hyperlink into to get more details about some of the issues or tasks that are highlighted in the summary?
When we download this and the hyperlinks are indeed active, does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Doug?
Yes, Tony.
Yes, so this what you're showing us here, this is an add-in app. I'm not really 100% familiar with all of these sort of things yet.
Sure, you bet. AtAppStore is Workfront's oldest part. Because we know the Workfront API so intimately, we decided to focus on building out a catalog of solutions, many of which are plugin solutions. We've got about 50 or so within our catalog, and this one will soon be listed there as well.
If I had this as an administrator in Workfront, am I the only person that can view this? Or I could give this to a general requester who could utilize this also?
You posed it brilliantly. It's a trickier answer because of the way you posed it. As you can see here, this is a Workfront dashboard, but because this is a dashboard, you can actually share it the way you would share any other dashboard. And the users to whom you share it can then run the dashboard with whatever their Workfront rights are.
Okay.
If you need requesters to be able to see this, we have that same capability. We can basically set up an API key and do the same type of thing. And for a similar solution, created a calculated field that exposed that link as custom data to use that link in, I think it was Microsoft Teams directly. So some of their stakeholders didn't even need to go into Workfront, but we could do the same thing here. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Does anyone here use, let's say, planned hours on issues, or maybe a custom data field for t-shirt size or something? Do you think it would be interesting to stack these by weight instead of by count?
So I think that might be helpful because I sometimes plot issues in the calendar, a calendar. So to add that additional at a glance look, that weight might be helpful.
Yeah, no, thank you. Is there anything jumping out from this list? Maybe project status, I was wondering.
Hey, Doug.
Modify it. Yeah.
This is Paula. Hey, project status, I think would be good from our standpoint, but also we do use weights as well for a lot of our projects. And also we have a point system that we've created with a calculated field, and we base a lot of our assigning work based off of that point system for each request that comes in. So I think that point system would be a good thing to have on this report as well.
Right. The issue filter might be something you could consider, Paula. You could create additional Workfront filters and share with your constituents. They could then see in this list, show me all my high point issues only, or my middle and highs, or just my lows.
Oh yeah, that would be great. That sounds exactly like what we're looking for.
Nice. Okay.